No wonder Ursula von der Leyen is received with the highest honors in South America.
Damas y caballeros, hoy es un hito verdaderamente histórico y permítanme.
The European Union-Mercosur countries agreement being pushed by the head of the European Commission is a massive blow to Polish agriculture. As a Polish farmer, I feel deceived by the European Union because if the agreement with Mercosur comes into force, the scale of this agreement looks namely as follows. We as Polish farmers, for example, farming 1 hectare, would have to compete as with a farmer who has 1,000 hectares. The question is whether the current government led by Donald Tusk will defend farmers or follow orders from Berlin and Brussels as before, especially since the European People's Party, which includes the Civic Platform and PSL in the European Parliament, and chaired before by Donald Tusk, is calling for quick ratification of the Mercosur agreement. The leadership in signing this agreement of the European Union with Mercosur, of course, was taken over by Germany, which has its own specific export interests to South American countries. And this assumption of signing an agreement with Mercosur does not assume at all the concern for the interests of the Polish farmer. Prime Minister Donald Tusk does not care at all about the interests of Polish agriculture, and on the contrary, only cares about the interests of the German state, because Germany will benefit most from this agreement and does not take into account the opinion of other countries. What does the agreement between the European Union and the Mercosur group countries contain? Only benefits for South American countries. First and foremost, a large reduction in tariffs on products from these countries, agreement to much lower production standards, and no protection at all for EU farmers. This situation will lead to, one could say, mass bankruptcies of farmers, because the prices that will be offered by suppliers from South America will be much lower, but it will also translate into a deterioration, and it will be a strong deterioration of the economic situation. Now, Brussels is trying at all costs to force EU countries to sacrifice their own agriculture in favor of products of questionable quality from countries without strict standards. Polish farmers, above all, will lose out. Large quantities of cheaper food, but of much lower quality, will flood European markets. We cannot allow this to happen. Enough of this policy that is so harmful to the countries of the European Union, so harmful to Polish and European agriculture. The Mercosur countries include 12 South American countries, whose goals include selling their own agricultural products and expanding into EU markets. I want our agribusiness to grow, and let the anger of the French grow too, who are undermining the quality of Brazilian agricultural products. I want to tell you that the agreement will go into effect anyway. Farmers from many European countries, including Poland, protested against EU agricultural policy. At stake are healthy, high-quality Polish food products and the strength of Polish agriculture, which neither Brussels nor Berlin likes. If there were such a situation that the Polish government would be in favor of this agreement, then this is equivalent to the betrayal of farmers. Moreover, this will certainly cause even greater protests. And here we should also ask the question, is supporting the German economy or German industry, because only Germany will actually benefit most from the signing of this agreement, is that our priority? Because the cost will be enormous. The cost will be the bankruptcy of Polish farms. Without the support and protection of those in power, which for the time being there is nothing to count on, Polish farmers are doomed to failure once the family and EU market become flooded with cheap and low-quality products from South America.